Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we got a ton of new promo art for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Well guys, we are closing in on the release of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and with that has come a boatload of promotional images. So before we even dive into this, I'm going to start running them in the background because there's about 10 of them. Now, like I was saying, we got a little bit more than a month before the show finally premieres, and in typical Marvel fashion, we're finally getting a lot of official promo art for the show's release. Now, as we cycle through these images, I see a lot of stuff going on. Some of it is very stylized, almost 80s-like, some of it really gives us an idea of the character's final costume, and other stuff is just plain fun. All in all, I really do like the promotional art. The looks at the costume are very good, and I have to say the stylized art kind of works in the vein of the Sensational She-Hulk series. Now, based on these images, I do feel like, just like in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Ms. Marvel, Jennifer Walters probably won't quote-unquote suit up until the show's finale. This is something Marvel seems to be doing with many of their shows, and I have to say, I kind of like this process. It is a little bit cookie cutter, but seeing the character just plop out there in the costume from day one doesn't give any build to the process. Especially with Ms. Marvel, she's been clearly gathering the components of her costume over the whole season, and I hope we actually see some sort of collective effort for She-Hulk getting to that same space. Hulk characters have the unique challenge of kind of ripping through clothes, and I highly suspect that might be one of the jokes that's played into the series. Now, while we're looking at this art, we probably could talk about Tatiana Maslany's Empire interview recently where she talked a little bit about the show, and made it pretty clear we should not forget that Jennifer is a lawyer first. In the interview she said, when she's heading the superhero firm, that's where we get some really fun characters that she's either defending or in opposition of. It's like this really absurd take on a legal show. Now, I've referred to this as Night Court a couple times before, but a couple of you guys in the comments corrected me, and I actually think you're really right. This is most likely in the vein of Ally McBeal. If you remember, Ally McBeal was a legal-focused show that had a lot of comedy elements, sort of fun, and had unique characters throughout the series. I actually really do think this is what we're going to get from She-Hulk, and I'm really hopeful at Comic-Con we get more of a look at some of these supporting characters. Now, like I said, we only have a couple more weeks before we get She-Hulk. I'm not very sure how many episodes are going to drop on day one. This is a 9-episode series, and it's pretty robust for Marvel Studios. Plus, there is a ton of supporting cast. Not only are we getting Mark Ruffalo as Hulk, but Tim Roth is returning as the Abomination. Jamila Jamil is coming in as Titania. We're hearing Benedict Wong could appear as Wong. So we're going to have some MCU stars as well as new characters as part of the show. Now obviously we're going to follow She-Hulk pretty closely over the next couple of weeks. We're even working up some origin videos for some of our villains, so stay tuned for that. And don't miss any of the details. But until we know more, what do you guys think? What did you think of this new batch of She-Hulk promotional images? And how do you feel about the costume she's going to wear in the upcoming series? I have to say, I like it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.